So it's Wednesday. We get a chance to talk to Daniel Jones, catch up with him after the bye week. This challenge against Kansas City Chiefs, pretty profound for Daniel Jones. This is the team that you measure yourself against if you're an AFC team. You want to go to the Super Bowl, you know you've got to do it either over or around the Kansas City Chiefs. So this game this week, really, really important. And it's especially important because the last 2 weeks, things haven't gone quite as well for the offense and Daniel Jones as they had the first 8. So it's time to kind of bounce back, figure out how to play hard, play well together, make the right decisions, and protect the football against those Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, I think every week is different. It's a different challenge, and I think we've done a good job throughout the year of growing and improving week to week. Yeah, I think you said it. I think this defense poses a lot of challenges from a pressure standpoint, and it's an aggressive group and doing a lot of different things. So we have important few days here to prepare for that and make sure we're ready to go.
Going into a hostile environment, you know how Arrowhead can be. As an offensive leader here, how critical is it for you guys to eliminate those mistakes and communicate really well?
Yeah, I think communication's key anytime you go into a away stadium, especially one like this. I think I thought we did a good job from a communication standpoint in Pittsburgh, and this will be similar to that. So it'll be loud, and we'll have to communicate. I think that stuff we'll practice throughout this week and make sure we're all squared away on.
Throughout the bye, what things stood out to you about the protection and some of the turnover issues that you all have had? A lot of great success this season offensively, but those two things in particular.
I think it's everything working together with that stuff, and obviously a lot on me, and I've got to do a good job protecting the ball, in those situations in the pocket and wherever on the field. I got to protect the ball and make sure that's always paramount. So I think. We all work to help each other. I got to get the ball out on time and get the ball to the open guy. But we're confident we've done a really good job with that all season, so we'll continue to do that.
What do you think makes Patrick Mahomes and this Chiefs team so good, the cream of the crop, past handful of years?
Yeah, I mean, certainly he's a big part of it. He incredible player, fun to watch, and week in and week out makes play after play, and especially in critical moments in the game. So I have a ton of respect for him, what he's accomplished. And I think the whole group, you can tell they're well coached, they're well prepared. They got playmakers all over the field, offensively and defensively. A lot of respect for their defense and what they do on defense.
Fernando Mendoza mentioned that you guys chatted last week earlier. Have you watched IU this year and just having that conversation?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. I saw him actually when we were in Germany play. They were playing Penn State. Tyler was struggling there at the end. But it's fun to watch. I mean, he's a really good player, a good passer. You can tell he's smart and knows where the ball is supposed to go. So it's been fun to watch him, and it was good to talk to him and catch up and hear about how things are going at Indiana and kind of how he's been processing this season, and any kind of help I can give or support, I'm certainly willing and happy to.
As a competitor, you just had some high praise there for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, what they've been able to do over the years. How much do you kind of get excited for the opportunity to go up against a team that's had so much success over the years?
Yeah, I think that it's a lot of fun. You want to play in these games and these big games, and they're all it's the NFL. They're all big games, but this is an opponent we respect a lot and a team that's had a lot of success. So I'm excited and it's we got to play well on our side of the ball, and we have a lot of respect for their defense and what they do defensively.
And Shane's really big on kind of trying to stay even keel and not getting too high or too low. How do you and this team, this offense, balance just trying to stay pretty level while also recognizing that this is a big game against a team that's won a couple of Super Bowls in the last couple of years and where you guys have a big moment this weekend?
Yeah, I think, like I've said, we certainly have a lot of respect for their team, and they've had a ton of success the past, 5 or 6 years in the NFL, and We certainly have a lot of respect for that, but we've got to play our game on Sunday, and that's what's important, is preparing for this week, the challenges that we see, with this team, and preparing for that, and kind of not making it into a bigger, anything bigger than that.
Daniel, what is it about Shane's coaching approach with you that's maybe not only allowed you to gain so much trust with him so quickly, but allowed you to kind of play with a supreme confidence when you're out there?
I think just the level and the detail that he prepares with, the level he prepares all of us with. I've talked about how much time we spend watching film and talking about certain plays we have in the game plan, and what he expects, what he wants me to do in certain situations. And I think when you have a good understanding of that, and that's been communicated well, allows you to play fast and play with confidence.
There's Daniel Jones, I think one of the most consistent performers, let's say that, in that locker room, at least with the media. He is a guy who week in, week out has the same attitude, the same focus, the same kind of ability to compartmentalize and believe that preparation is everything in the NFL. And that's what he lives by, and that's how he succeeded. And 8-2 speaks to that success.